In Russia, 3 million square kilometers, 18% of the country's territory, is taken up by tundra. A typical tundra can be seen on the Taimyr Peninsula, the northernmost peninsula in Asia. All year round it remains fettered in perpetual ice. In summer the earth thaws down to a depth of half a metre at most, and the tundra changes into a ravine of scattered lakes and swamps under a cover of moss and lichen. Beneath this runs a layer of ice that can be as much as 1.5 kilometres thick. The permafrost is an inheritance from the glacier that stood here millions of years ago. The ice stores information about what things were like here in time immemorial. It's unlikely that in the near future these icy chronicles will be read through, as the ice is eternal and is not about to melt. The penetrating frost and strong winds challenge the hardiest animals on the planet. Reindeer, foxes, bighorn sheep, wolves, lemmings and hares are the typical inhabitants of the Russian tundra. The ever-cold mineral veins conceal such useful resources as apatites and nephilites, copper, iron ore, oil, gas, coal, diamond, gold and other non-ferrous metals, and salt. The natural riches of this land have yet to be fully enumerated and investigated. It is a part of the world's heritage that has immense potential. Due to the harsh climate, the colonization of the tundra took many centuries and still cannot be considered fully complete. The last wave of colonization of the tundra took place in the first half of the 20th century. Larger populations of human beings appeared during this time than in the whole history of the permafrost. It was hard for people to survive in such difficult conditions. In this harsh region of ice and lichen, the cold undermines every human activity. Man's life ceases to oppose the laws of physics, fighting against them to evade death. On the contrary, death appears as a particular manifestation of these laws. But they did everything they could to get used to local conditions, and left behind a huge number of settlements suitable for new colonization. The new leaders of regional development see the cold as their main ally. For this new wave of colonization, we make use of what is in abundance: the northern wind, the cold of the Arctic lakes, and the ever-frozen earth. These conditions are perfect for creating what could be thought of as the most ecologically friendly data center. Using renewable energy sources, our data center will become a shelter for technological innovations, such as wind energy and water cooling. Usually, data centers use 30 times more power than an average office building. The growing use of information technology is causing power consumption to double every 3 years. People have an increasing demand for data. Data centers have an increasing demand for electricity. Electricity is the main source of greenhouse gases. Every company needs to address this issue. We need to understand how to make data centers smart. Imagine 36 jet engines, dozens of pumps and other devices moving water, fans stirring the air to keep the data center cool. Coordinating all of this is a significant challenge. Our solution has 3 key advantages. The first is one of the design's most efficient features, an on-site combined cooling and power system. We are using 2 kinds of 100% renewable energy, wind and hydroelectric. The second advantage is a reliable network topology. The third is a modern multi-terabit and multi-redundant cable system connecting the bases of the North Sea route and all the large population centers in Siberia and areas of natural resource management, servicing one of the most promising and rapidly growing markets for data. But what makes this data center even more unique is that it will double as a research lab. We don't intend to use it as just a production data center. We intend to use it as a living test bench in which we can try out various technologies and optimize them in real time. University students, professors and researchers also benefit. They have the chance to learn about sustainability from a big picture perspective. This could help to create a network of completely autonomous colonies, a sophisticated modern society with a wealth of IT professionals and engineers. The data centre will be furnished with a laboratory to investigate the influence of heat on the local climate and on the lives of local fauna and flora. The heat that is given out by the equipment used when working with data allows experiments to be carried out with local elevations of temperature in the environment. This will create conditions in which new animal species will survive and will help the people who live there. The presence of scientific colonies in the tundra will allow work to begin on the grand ecological experiment of restoring the biodiversity of the Pleistocene.